That's when we start streaming, just burping everyone's ear. As usual, I usually have lunch before I start streaming, so it's coming up. And there goes that brain again. I'm a little bit. Well, I thought I was a little bit better, but my energy is still probably about the same as yesterday. But yeah, that's a bit of wallet. But it is a. I'm so messed. My days are so messed up right now because today is the Queen's Jubilee, which is also a bank holiday, and tomorrow's a bank holiday, so I don't have work. So my brain keeps thinking it's Friday when it's actually still Thursday. But it is a nice sunny day, which is good too. I'm sure a lot of people will be having barbecues and going to the beach. That's what people do. But here we are going to be finishing Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. So, I don't think there's anything else. I felt like I had something else that I wanted to talk about before starting, but nope, it's flatline. I'm almost out of G4. Like I said, I feel like detoxing for the time off is the best bet, but I wanted to at least finish my G4. I've got like maybe like one more cup of that left. And it made me think if we do end up finishing Harry Potter today, maybe I'll just start doing that on Saturday. I don't know. But let's just switch to it because I was really about to mute myself. I was like, why would I want to mute myself? Why in God's name would I want to mute myself? Oh. Always got to be careful when the cats start moving because I'm worried they're going to do something I don't want them to do. But, so, last stream, we had a lot of shields to get off. So I figured I'd get all the ones to unlock this level. And I figured, well, the next level is going to need some. So we're just going to do this level and then get some shields in this stage. And then finish it off on Saturday. But there's also an issue that has occurred since then. I said this in yesterday's stream, but I'll say it here. When I was going through this stage specifically, for some unknown reason, the game kept crashing, and the only solution was to turn the PS2 off for a certain amount of time, and it would be back up running. It constantly kept happening, and it did the same in this stage as well. Then there was points where it didn't happen, and then it did happen, and I don't think because last time this happened with the first Harry Potter game, I assumed it was the disc, but then I thought about it. That makes no sense. Usually scratches and discs affect the game loading up altogether. It could, and this is just a theory, possibly be a corrupted file. Like maybe this is why they don't. That's why these organs don't tell you to remove or touch the memory card, because that can happen. But I've not. But it's always a case it could have been loose or something gone into it. Maybe that's the case. But I wasn't prepared to start over again because I've been collecting the shields again. So. Hopefully, it seemed to only do it whenever I collected shields. So hopefully, and the reason we're probably going to finish it today is because the next stage doesn't need shields, which kind of makes sense considering how the story of the movie goes with the final Tri-Wizard challenge thing. It makes a little sense that you'd halt the game for you to collect shields. There's still more, which I imagine just unlock special stuff or something. So hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing goes on. But if it does crash, either completely, hopefully it doesn't crash as soon as we load into level. But if it does crash after completing level, I feel like we'll still be ending it today. But hopefully not. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing goes wrong. Touch wood, all that. Hopefully, the game does not crash. It's so bizarre because I was playing through most of it and had no issues. But yeah, just decided it wanted to crash on me. So I said it could be a save data file or something. Because this is auto save, there's no way of like going back to a previous save file. Because sometimes you could just delete a previous save slot, and that can solve the problem. But I don't know. I did test that with the first Harry Potter game too. So maybe it is. I just don't understand why a disc would do that. Because my fear was like the data could be up to a certain point, and when you get to a certain point of the game, that scratch can then affect the game's loading. I don't know.
Earlier this evening, Professor Moody placed the Tri-Wizard Cup within the maze.
So I'll be.
Only he.
Oh no. Oh no. I was afraid of this. The cutscene is just stuttering. But okay, can I skip it? Let's try skipping it. Because we don't really need to see this, but it's not completely frozen on us. Maybe we might get lucky. I was kind of hoping for it to not fuck with me, but looks like it wants to. Looks like it's saying, hey, yeah, we worked a couple of times, but no, I think it is. Fuck. I was worried about this. Because I did think about, like, should I buy another disc, but then taking the gamble of, I mean, these games aren't expensive, but it's still that fact of buying another disc and then finding it not working, and especially waiting for it to come in. Because like I said, I still don't know if Hogwarts Legacy is this year. I still expect it to get delayed, because today is Sony's State of Play, which, depending on how I am, I probably won't stay up to watch. I'll probably just check it the next morning, because it's at like 11 p.m. tonight around my time. And it's like by then I'm probably too tired to watch it. I don't know. And maybe they might even, because there is third party stuff. So Who's on the City might set a date release. So I don't want to take too long getting through this, because I want to at least finish these Harry Potter games before that game comes out. Yeah, we've been seeing this loading screen for a while. I was worried about this. Because even emulating, this is, sometimes this is the plus side with emulating stuff. You don't have to write out stuff like this, but it's I don't know. I'm one of those people who likes to play it as it is. Well, most go as far as putting it on a CTR monitor, but I'm also streaming this. There'd be too many cables to try and make sure it worked for a capture device. But using the original PS2 controller and the system, because there's something fun about that. Okay, I'm gonna try and reset the system and see if that fixes it. If not, then we will have to call it for today's. Well, not call it for today's stream. Maybe I'll be back, and why I try and see if I can't get this working. I'll think of what to do instead. I just really want to switch to the intermission, so I'll be back. It looks like it's no dice. It's not working, no matter what I do. I've tried to turn it off, trying to clean the disc. The annoying thing is if it happens off the get-go, it's not a big deal. Like if I loaded up the game and then it crashed on me, that'd be fine when we started. But the fact that we're this far in, close to the end, and it just won't load up. Because apparently we felt like, well, maybe we should leave it to the weekend. Maybe it might be working then, but then it might not be. Yeah, I mean, I guess this will technically still technically be the end. I mean, I'm sitting here looking. I'll show you. Like, this is what I see is a blank screen. I mean, I'll show you what happens. I'll switch it off and switch it back on again. And it will immediately. I thought I had the music still playing. It'll load in. Get the PS2 sound logo. And I'm basically going to make it look like an asshole. It's going to go to the, because it's supposed to load that weird wall thing and get into the game, but it's just this, nothing, a blank screen. I mean, I could maybe. I'm not very good at trying to decide what to do on the fly when shit goes wrong, because. To do is the question, because the game is broken now. Yeah, like nothing, just a blank screen. Okay. Because the significant amount of time to leave it off, because that's why at first I thought it might be the PS2, because leaving it off seemed to always fix the problem. But I did try another disc, and that disc worked fine. So it has to be the disc, and not necessarily the file. I mean, I'm not an expert in discs. Why suddenly it would work up to this point? Maybe old games are like that. Maybe I just don't remember as a kid. But yeah. Because like I said, if it was actually, because the brain of mine, I mean, it sucks, but it's not the end. It's not like it's not like it. Wow. It's not like it. It's not like we don't know how it ends. It's based off the bloody films. We know how it ends. I guess I could just give my thoughts to the game, because we could try Saturday and see if it will work, but it's not a guarantee. It was interesting to see it do different films. That ones were like kind of semi-open world, but this one was like more level based, and it was clearly a game that was definitely based off of being cope only, because it's always fun when games do that. Even today, games will have an issue where the AI sucks ass, and that was definitely because it wasn't the issue of like having to collect the shields to unlock levels. It was the fact that I had to deal with the AI sometimes being the most unresponsive thing. Enemies constantly going through me a lot. I mean, no healing items like the previous ones did. Pretty much every game had some form of a healing item. I mean, the item you could use, not just items somewhere in the world. And the fact that every time you collected one shield, they let it back out of the level, so you had to reload and back into a level and redo it again to get to the other shields. I mean, I did say, like, as we get further in the games, they do get less better, because I think at this point it's probably, well, I mean, views are only opinions after all. It is only downhill for the games, and yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe this one was some people's favourite, who the hell knows, but yeah, because I thought about, because I did order the Order of the Felix, and it's a PS3 version, because I did it last week, because I figured we might end up finishing it this week, so I figured I'd have it ready. But I remember last time I tried to switch between systems and ended up crashing the stream. Because I mean, I felt like I'd just sit here, chat for a bit, and maybe switch it back on, and maybe it'll work again. Who the hell knows? I mean, if anyone wants to chat, maybe ask questions or something. Because part of me feels like if we wait a bit, if we leave it off for a bit, maybe it'll start working and maybe we can get into the level. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how you forget little scratches can affect stuff eventually. I mean, it's not necessarily buying off of eBay, not necessarily seller's fault, because when you test it in an old game, your assumption is, does it load to the main menu? And if it does, then it works. But you don't think to like later on it won't work because it won't load into the games. I wonder if modern games are like that nowadays. I mean, most people do buy things digitally, but I've never bought in a anything from like PS2 or onwards, a PS3 and onwards, secondhand, and it had any scratches on it. But there's that brain. Maybe it's a good thing because I don't have that much energy. But if a game isn't working, it's not working, and not a lot I can do about it. I think what I should probably do in the near future, if ever playing PS2, PS2 1 games, I probably am best getting it off of other sites, because there's a site, site/physical store called CEX. I don't know what it stands for. They're basically second-hand goods in electronics and video games. Because it's a company, they thoroughly test it, they get games in that they can guarantee are going to work all the way through. Now, it isn't usually off eBay because they are somewhat cheaper. Even if it is a slightly cheaper than it would be off of there, but sometimes it's probably best to pay that little extra money to have something that works. But always my thoughts on emulation is always this: is the game egregiously expensive to get hold of, then it's not worth spending money. Especially if it's just one game. Especially if you just want to play one specific game, it's not worth it. If you're playing a set of games and they're only like around £5 to £10, that's nothing. Because egregious to me would be either the same price as modern games or more, like basically 60 or 70 bucks. Because the part we was thinking about, because we've been doing the Metal Gear 5 Platinum one. I've never played Twin Snakes. Now, I was looking up Twin Snakes is like physically is like it's around 60 or 70 pounds, but I don't have a cable for my Wii. The Wii's back was kind of GameCube, and it's one of those ones probably best emulated because the cost would be a bit much. Because the only comments I could see getting in trouble, even if you're a small streamer, is Nintendo. Because I thought about like playing like Ruby or Sapphire and emulating it, but I'm like, do I want to take that gamble? Nintendo are very ruthless in that sort of stuff. But yeah, anyone enjoying now? The reason we're here is because the game crashed on me. It was crashing when I was trying to get most of the shields to get to next levels off stream. It kept crashing, but then crashing, and now it's completely crashing. It's not coming on, so I'm leaving the system off for a bit and having the fingers crossed that might allow us to play the level. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Because that's all games for you. Fuck you up. It's so funny that people complain about modern games having to have updates all the time. I'd rather have that than have a game that's just broken and there's nothing you can do about it. There's always those memes where people say, I've only got an hour to play, 50 gigabyte update. It's like, well, then leave your system on rest mode. If you know how much time you've only got to play video games, leave the system on rest mode. Therefore, it'll be updated by the time you get to it. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try in about a minute. I'm gonna try and switch it back on again and see if the game loads up. Because I don't want to end the stream and then maybe like an hour, a couple of minutes later, I go, oh, I'll check it and see if it works, and then it works. So let's switch that thing on and see if the game will load up for me now. Let's see. Come to do it for me. Oh. Let's see. Come on. The PS2 logo. And no, still black screen. Still a black screen. Because I guess I wasn't necessarily. Because if I had to rate this one out of the other games, even though we didn't finish, it was on the last 2 levels, so we still played most of the levels. Definitely not the most enjoyable. Like I said, it's having to deal with the AI because it's being cult based. It clearly was based around the design of having someone with you. Definitely least favorite because, as I've said before, this is I've never played these games before. I've wanted to. Like I said, I've wanted to play them for a very long time, but oh, like I said, perhaps I never really played them, and I wanted to see what they're all like, even if my brain will work, even if they are terrible. But yeah. My brain can't even remotely think of proper sentences right now. Because I did actually think about ending this, not streaming today, but as I said before, I always start off tired and suddenly I wake up a bit more as the adrenaline. Kicks in. Never went down. Utterly dead. I guess I should just switch this to just. Should I switch? I mean, I don't know because I feel like I might just end it in the next couple of more minutes. I might give this system another 10 minutes, and switch on. And if after that it doesn't work, maybe I might just end it because my brain just can't think of anything. Like it is drawing a blank on trying to do something else instead of playing Harry Potter, because the disc won't work for me. Although it did work for the last dozen of levels. Because emulating would be an option, but it's like I said, I just don't think I want to go for the hassle of getting those shields. Because if you saw the previous streams, there was points where it was very frustrating because a lot of mechanics involve the AI helping you out. It's like lifting objects; you can't just lift things on their own. I really can't think straight right now. Wait, maybe I should get some music that might get the adrenaline pumping. Maybe. Yeah, let's go with this. Get those. Get it moving, baby. It's kind of my fault, really. I thought, well, it wouldn't leave it off. It seemed to work and still load into levels if I left it off for long enough time. I shouldn't have really tested before stream. Like, I should have tested, selected the first level. Because even if it played the cutscene, because once it plays the cutscene, you can't play it. I don't think it won't play it again after you entered the level. And see if it entered the level, and if it didn't, then I could have just either decided not to stream today or do something else. But I was confident it would work. I thought, well, it seemed to only do it in the other levels, and it seemed to only crash when I collected the shield. But I guess shit will always go wrong. Ready. I should have. Oh, I made myself dizzy. I should have not done that. Right, wait another 5 minutes, switch it on, and this will end up just being a very short stream because I'm trying to think of something to do. Other than this, because although I do have the Order of the Phoenix, I'd rather save that for a separate stream. It's the archiving purposes, like I'm trying to put into words why, but won't let me. So ready. Son of Paradise. Because my brain. I said this before. I still would like to see. Once again, it's always up to the license holder. Oh, is the stream now going? Huh? What the heck? That was weird. I don't know if that happened again, but the stream just disappeared on Twitch's page. That was weird. Well, I was saying that it still could be cool to do them based on films, even the films so only, or yeah, like, because seeing the Harry Potter ones, there was no like each one seemed to be different from the last one. It'd be cool to have like that isn't Lego, like to have all the Harry Potter movies, with like one clear gameplay design all the way through. That could be fun. Because games tend to be, well, no, actually, games tend to be longer. What am I on about? It would be quicker just to actually watch all the films. A part of me hopes that the Hogwarts Legacy is out this year, but no part of me kind of wants it to be delayed because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's date release was announced, and that was the 18th. And that's an open world game, and Sonic Frontiers is supposedly this year, and Sonic Game was usually released in November. It's just that's a lot of open world. If that ends up being November, I know they said holiday, but I've seen games say holiday constantly and still come out like in November. That's a lot of open. And I guess if it's spaced out very enough, like if say Sonic came out the beginning of November and then Hogwarts Legacy was the end of November. Because even though the new Sonic game's open world, I doubt it will be that long of a game. It could be like 20 hours. I can't see them making a 30, 60 hour open world Sonic game. Okay. Once again, anyone joining right now, the disc isn't working for some reason. I've switching the system off for a bit to see, because that worked in the past. Leaving off for a bit would fix it, but I don't know. Like I said, it's definitely not the PS2. I've tried other discs and other discs loading fine, so it's probably the disc. But it was working the other day when I last tried it. I should have tried before the stream, so I'm not sitting here like an asshole trying to think of stuff to talk to, and with my fingers crossed the disc bloody works. I actually feel like I could fall asleep right now. But I'm gonna switch this thing on and see if it'll work again. Let's see. There we go. Let's switch that bad boy on. Oh, come. It's gotta stop shaking my head like that. I'm making myself feel dizzy. Come on. Work? Oh, I should probably show the screen. What am I doing? Is it gonna work? Is it gonna be blank screen? It's a blank screen. Yeah. I think my brother's cooking something because I can smell something downstairs and it smells nice. I think what I'm gonna do, because my brain is completely fucking fried. I really should have not bothered streaming. I think what I'm gonna do, because then this is take time, day refs. As I said before, we're doing 2 days of Harry Potter because I don't know when Hogwarts Legacy is out, and I do want to at least finish these games before it comes out. I mean, it could get delayed, like I said. Sony's having that state of play thing later today. Well, later tonight for me. So who's not to say them, because they said it's third party stuff. So who's not to say they might finally announce a release date? Who knows? What I might do is we'll end the stream now in a minute, because my brain is gone, completely gone almost, and I'll leave the PS2 off for the next 2 days, and maybe on Saturday I will test before doing the stream, like the smart way of doing it. And if it crashes again, I think on Saturday we'll just start the Order of the Felix, and this will be final stream. I've already given my at least my thoughts on the game. If it wasn't like co-op, forced co-op, it would have been actually an okay game, even with it being more level-based instead of open world. But that's why you forced co-op, unless you have a friend. Playing it with the AI ends up being a frustrating in my butt endeavor. So, apologies for the very short stream today, but my brain is fried and the game's not working. So I will see you tomorrow. Still stream, because we're going to be doing see, this is why I don't like streaming when I'm this tired, because I turn into fucking Jeff Goldblum. Life will find a way. Genshin Impact. That's it, because there's a new story quest. I like doing the story quests on stream tomorrow. And then Saturday we'll be hopefully finishing got these nuts. I really made that pt.4. But if the disc doesn't work in general, then we'll just move on to the Order of the Felix. But we'll see. It's still one of those things that's still in my head. It's like, it might work this time. It might work. Okay, before I pop the end, I'm gonna switch it on and see if it will work. One more lap. Oh, I didn't even switch it off. It's still been switched on. I thought I switched it off. The rank screen fooled me. Let's see. PS2, come on. God damn it. Nah, it's a no. It's a no. Okay. It's clear no on it not working. I always feel like it's deflated when nothing wants to work. It's like, yay, I gotta play a game and it don't want to work. Because I was thinking maybe, I don't know. I've always thought the idea of like watching some TikToks or something, but I won't be very reacting, because that reaction content's fun. But the way my brain is right now, I'll probably just be sitting there like, and not saying anything, and that's not fun for anyone. So yeah. Apologies for the short stream. Shit goes wrong, and my brain is too fried to think any straighter. But hopefully I have better energy tomorrow. I think I gotta try and learn to just try and at least try and lie in. Because I've said before, when I wake up around like 8 or 7, I just get up because I feel like I'm not gonna lie in any a lot longer than that. I should at least try and lie in a little longer, which I might try and do tomorrow. But appreciate everyone who stopped by. Apologies for like not much of a stream. And I hope you have a good. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Well, it would be a stream without me needing to sneeze. No, it's gone. Oh yeah, I'm dead. My brain's dead. The music's not even helping getting my adrenaline pumping. Actually, G feels smaller though. But yeah, I think as far as energy goes, I definitely. It could be just as simple as detoxing my body, because it could be like too much caffeine in my system, and it might be the reason why I'm not sleeping as much. And maybe in a month instead of a week might be a better solution. But yes, have a good rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow for some Genshin Impact.